Hello and welcome to the F1 24 track guide and Hotlap series. This is a series where I show you guys how to go faster at each circuit, how to tackle the corners at all of the 24 circuits on the F1 2024 game. Today's Hotlap is around the circuit Gilles-Villeneuve in Canada, a track that takes about 78 seconds or thereabouts to complete a lap around here. I'll take you guys for a slide guide to tackle this track that can easily catch you out on track limits, and then the push lane will be at the end. Alrighty then, circuit Gilles-Villeneuve. A fairly short track, 4.3 k's in length. Your lap actually starts right here at the last chicane, because if you exceed track limits here, your lap's already gone before you've even started. So it's really important that you get around the last corner here. Even if you have to take, a slightly slower line or be a bit more conservative, it doesn't really matter, because from the Wall of Champions, it's a fairly short run to the first corner anyway, especially when you start your lap. So when you start your lap, you don't lose a whole amount of time. But what you got to do is get the car straightened up. Just as soon as you get around that key, you got to be braking almost straight away. As soon as you get around that key, as soon as you start your lap, and then turn in for turn number 1. Easy to lose your lap time already. About third gear for the first part of the sequence of corners, and then for turn 2, shift down to second as you hug the inside line, and then you can early shift up to third for better traction. You get a better run. And now this whole sequence from turn 3 all the way down to the hairpin. So you're braking at the 100-meter board just about. You go a little bit further to really throw the car into turn 3 and 4 here. Again, it's very easy to exceed track limits because you want to be right over the white line as much as you can. But when you do that, when you throw the car into the corner, it's going to want to step out away from you. So just be very mindful of that. And then you can take a bit of grass with it. It won't bother you too much, but just watch how the car behaves. The car will not want to agree with anything that you do, so just be mindful of that. And then around turn number 5 here, send yourself up for 6 and 7. Again, when you get around this corner, wait for about a half a second, then get your foot onto the brake pedal. You've got this a little bit of extra tarmac on your right. You can use a bit of that to open up the first part of turn 6, and then turn in as late and somewhat sharp as you can. Get the car right over the top of the curb. Again, the car's going to want to fight you, especially right here at 7. About 4th gear on exit, and you can early shift up to 5th about here. Option to take the curb on the outside or not. That is entirely up to you. You're not going to lose too much time. And then for turn 8 and 9, braking point is when you get to the shadow, so about here, so right about when you get to the shadow of the bridge, and then turn in at the grass on your left. You can take a fair chunk, so you can hit the sausage curb fairly nicely, and then you can ride that sausage curb at 9 a bit more. Again, it's very easy to overcommit and exceed track limits, so just be mindful of that. Very easy to do. So I'd say turns 3, 4, 6, 8 and 9 is probably the easiest of to really exceed track limits. And then for the hairpin, coming from a bit of a wider angle, and just before you get to the edge of the tarmac on your right, is a good braking point for the hairpin. The slowest corner on the circuit, shifting down to 2nd gear. You can turn in early and hit your apex. You will lose a little bit of time initially, or you can take a bit of a wider line, so you don't necessarily hit the apex, but you can be a little bit wider, and as well as turning in a bit later. So when you turn in later, and you know, be that sort of half a car length from the apex, it's not that bad, I will say. So you really won't lose too much time. Get a good run out of there, and it'll just set yourself up well for the run down towards the Wall of Champions. This is where we started the guide, and it's where we're going to basically finish it. So basically the last corner, turns 12 and 13, is going to be the most critical. This is a corner where you can take a whole heap of curbing with you. You can brake super deep, but not too deep. I think about 100 meter board would be a good braking point for you. Turn in somewhat as early as you can. But again, it's really easy to exceed track limit. You can cheese turn 12 quite a bit actually. You'll be absolutely fine, but you won't get away with much right here at 30. So again, use a bit of that sausage curve, and let the car skate out all the way to the outside. Get the car right up against the wall, and then if you're not that far from the wall, you'll keep your lap time. You won't exceed track limits that much. If you get a good run out of there, then you've set yourself up perfectly to finish your lap. Either hug the inside or just keep following the racing line, so you can set yourself up for the braking point, and you can set yourself up to get the car nice and straight and brake for turns 1 and 2 once more. So that was the lap of the Circuit Gilles-Villeneuve. Time for the fast hot lap. And that was your track guide and hot lap of the Canadian Grand Prix. And that is all F1 24 track guide and hot lap videos done. I know it's not quite the order that you guys probably expected these videos to come out, but it's the best that I could have done to get these videos up as quickly as possible, and as well with driver career mode still to come in the not so decent future. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel if you are new to see plenty more F1 24 driver career, and very soon more F1 25 content to be released in the not so near future. Until the next one, I'll see you guys again very soon.